Welcome to week 6 of Self-Care for Real Life. Have you ever made a mistake? I have. I've made lots of them, especially with how I eat. I love Sophia Loren's quote that is in the Easy in this week. Mistakes are part of the dues one pays for living a full life. Sometimes I don't choose the carrots, I choose the chocolate. Sometimes I don't choose the apple, I choose something salty because I really crave potato chips. And those are just a couple of my food-related mistakes that I make, and I'll keep making them. But I try to balance my mistakes with more eating habits. And then I've even learned that when I do binge on chips or something that was just like I had to have it, what's really going on with me? Usually something has bothered me. And if you're like me, sometimes you don't want to figure that out. You don't want to dig into all those feelings. You just want to say, no, I'm fine. But really, deep down, something is bugging us, at least when it bugs me, then I can want to eat junky stuff. So just yesterday, I had something that happened that bugged me and I couldn't quite identify it, or I really didn't want to. It took me until this morning to figure that out. And when I do, then I can just let go of it. But in the meantime, I'll make the mistake of eating too much of this or doing something like that and then just saying, well, I'm not going to go for my walk tonight, which I didn't do last night. We all make mistakes. It's part of the journey. But when you can find what you've learned about that mistake or identify what's really going on, it's what I call the silver lining in life. There is a silver lining in every cloud. My mom said that when I was a little girl, and I still believe it. I also believe that it's not just there, but it's our job to always find it. So when you make a mistake, big deal, it's a mistake. Figure out what was going on. Find what you can learn from that mistake, and then go on and count your blessing of that silver lining. That you learn something. This is self-care. This is not a dogma. This is not a whole bunch of rules. This is kind of a way of life. And it's not about trying to be perfect. It's about being really good for you, making progress for you in whatever way you want to make progress with your self-care. You're already perfect. You are already worth it. So just when you make mistakes, let them go. Let them go. And maybe think about what you can do differently. And then reward yourself for the difference that you make. Just try really hard to not reward yourself with chocolate. I do that sometimes. That's not a real good reward when I'm trying to take care of myself. Maybe a little piece is okay. Whatever that means for you, just know that we're all going to make mistakes. Keep going. Mistakes are not bad. The only mistake that would be bad in this is if you said you don't need it or you're not going to do it because it doesn't matter. It does matter. This is your self-care journey. I hope this is a great week for you in self-care. Make some mistakes. That's okay. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We will see you next week.